Oh, okay. Let's see, it's almost midnight. I've already done all of that. I've already done all of this and already done all of that. Cool. I think the only real thing left is to, I don't know. I think the thing to do now is to find the next batch of things to make. So let's head back home. Because, yeah, we got basically all of the footwear that we could potentially get. Basically all of it. There's like a few that we... Wrong menu. That was still missing, so now it's just an issue of... Oh, hey, haven't shipped out crafting bread yet. Crafting bread plus, at least. Let's just ship some out. Let's just be like that. Oh, shoot. I forgot I put the crafting bench inside the building. How have things been going? Things been going fine. In the end, I decided to not go down on the trip with family because there's all sorts of reasons for why I shouldn't go on that trip. So in the end, I just decided, you know what? I'll stay home. I'll get a lot more recording done, build up more of a backlog all over again. It'd be really nice if the video that I used as a general podcasting sort was one that I could just do on my tablet. But no. So that's unfortunate. Like, I have to have my computer for it. I will sleep over right away and text you when I leave. But I am still lending my little brother my Switch for the week. I can trust him enough to not destroy it. He understands, like, hey, this is an important thing. The headdresses cannot be crafted. Oh no, this is headgear stuff. Okay. All chest armor. So vest, shirt, waistcoat, and cloth. Old bandage and 2 spider thread. Why? There we go. Where's the old bandage? What? Oh, it's old bandage times 2, spider thread times 1, spider thread times 1. You little liar. Okay, and then we have mail, but we don't have chainmail. We need silver and strings. There, chainmail. We don't have scale vest, so silver, pretty carapace, and a wood. Pretty carapace. Where's the pretty ones? Pretty carapace. Okay, and then we need a root. Done. Easy. Got chainmail, we got scale vest, we need a sparkling shirt. Gold furs, cloths, and skins. Wow. Where's fur? What is fur? This is fur. Cloths and skins. So yeah, they're going to, you know, be with family for the week. I'm just going to be at home, probably recording a bunch of stuff. I have a lot more stuff to do. I want to do more Dark Cloud. I feel like I'm going to just, today maybe, just do a big old Dark Cloud binge. Because I already have, like, spoiler alert, between episodes, I think it's like the next episode to come out after this episode comes out, I went and I got the, one of the top tier weapons, and I'm only on, like, the 3rd dungeon. I'm only on, wait a second, 8 dungeon entries, and I already have a top tier weapon. Without using cheats. Well, without using the big glitches. I'm sure I used some sort of glitch and stuff, whatever. So scale vest, sparkling shirt, wind cloak, protector, platinum mail. So platinum, rusted iron, cloths and skins. What's rusted iron? I don't think I have rusted iron. Nope. Time to go fight some ghosts so I can get a couple of this stuff. Atos End, Balfour Ruins, Kel Volcanic Region. Let's fight a couple of ghosts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 6 or 7 that I need here. Yes, all is the Kel Volcanic region. So let's start at this side. Let's start in here. So we got a save point. The main issue is I don't really know what there is to talk about. Yesterday I played a whole bunch of Commander, so I didn't really get much recording done. I'm thinking today I'll do, you know, a bunch of recording, get a bunch of Dark Cloud done. If I could just, like, play through an entire game in one day, get, like, you know, do a big old stretch, get, like, 10 episodes of a game done, I want to just finish with the games. I want to play through the entire game and just, like, finish an entire game at a time.
Thanks.
No, that's not gonna help.
All right, let's go. Phew.
Oh, that's not a ghost.
Yes.
I need, like, the ghost
All right,
name
let's
enemies.
go.
These are ghosts.
All together now.
And the ones that are actually, like, called ghost. Look, it's a red. Oh shoot, it looks like that they blew up that, but we still have these.
Thanks. Thanks for the lift.
Gosh, I'm trying to figure out, like, locations and stuff, and it's so oddly difficult. Now, are there ghosts or anything over here, too? No. Okay, then. Something dropped something. So, yeah, I want to just take the games that I've been playing and just play through the entire game. Just play through the entire game in one sitting, get it all done. So I play through it a little bit, then like a week later keep playing it, a week later keep playing it. I forget about the game. I like forget like, oh, where I was, how to play, all that stuff. So every single episode is, how do I play this game again? Which tends to happen all the time for Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance, where it's like, hey, how do I do this? How do I play? Right buttons again? And like, at the end of an episode, I might unlock some sweet new moves, and it just goes back to, okay, right-click aim, left-click fire. And that's all I ever do. Because that's, I mean, honestly, that's all I have to do in that game. Until it forces me into melee, in which case it's run away, then aim and fire.
Hey, you're awake.
So yeah, that's the entire idea of everything. And now there's this whole controversy with Wizards of the Coast and proxies and blah 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 blah. People have such epic stances on proxies. People are like, you didn't pay what much I paid for the card, so you shouldn't be allowed to use them. It's like, okay, fine, I'll go buy Gaia's Cradle for $5 and then we can play a nice, fair, balanced, even game, because that's what you paid for it. It's like, don't look down on people because they weren't playing Magic the Gathering 25 years ago and bought the cards that you bought at the prices you were able to buy them for. My stance on proxies is actually two things. One, as long as it doesn't make the player lie about their power level. If the person says, oh yeah, this is a $50 deck. Oh, by the way, I proxied in all of the dual lands and Gaia's Cradles and blah blah and fetch lands but I only spent $50. Well, then you're lying about your assumed power level. And that's not cool. And also, yeah, so as long as the power level is accurate and I can tell what the proxy is supposed to be from across the table. That's my things about it. That's what I care about. If someone takes, like, just a basic plains and writes in, like, name of a dual land, takes another basic plains, writes in, like, name of another dual land, takes another basic plains, writes... So all of their dual lands are actually just basic plains with different dual land names written on in pencil so you cannot even see them. So it looks like the guy has, like, 4 planes from across the table. He's like, oh no, this is a volcanic island, this can totally tap for blue. It's like, oh, I thought you said that was Savannah. No, it totally says volcanic island. Okay, well, can you show it to me? Why do you have to be that kind of way? I thought you were pro-proc, and then blah, 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 so people, again, lying about what they have. I don't like it when people lie. Has that been established firmly enough yet? Yeah, I've seen some nice box, and it goes too far in the other direction, too. Some people will have, like, completely different art for cards. So be like, I'll put out, Galdra, Savior of Hope. It's like, that's not the name of a magic card. Oh yeah, it's actually, you know, it's actually a Spire Garden. It's like, well, why does it sound like a creature? Oh, because it's based off of, like, this one Shojin anime from, you know, from the 70s. So I just kind of made that as my proxy. So it's, like, absolutely completely different. And by the way, my entire deck is this kind of thing. Like, I played against one person whose entire deck was... It's either proxies or altars, where everything was, like, Star Wars themed. And that was confusing to play against, because you'd be all like, oh yeah, I played Darth Maul. It's like, okay, but what is that really? And we're playing on, like, Spell Table, so I just didn't know what kinds of cards he had out. And so he had to keep saying, it's like, oh yeah, I have stuff out. It's like, I can deal with enchantments. That's my number one thing. I have a couple of creatures out, blah, blah, blah. And also I can destroy enchantments like crazy. It's like, okay. It's like, oh, so I had to, like, keep asking while we were playing. It's like, okay, do you have any flying or reach? It's like, no? Okay, I can hit you then. Because I just have to keep on asking, keep on asking, keep on asking. It's like, well, it's like, oh yeah, that card. That doesn't look like a Birds of Paradise. Or, in the other vein, you don't attack for multiple turns because it looks like that they have a flying thing. It's like, no, this is actually just a spaceship. It's a land. It's like, oh, but then why is it up with the creatures? Ah, because it is more thematically appropriate for it to be with the creatures. It's like, buddy, you're killing me here. Yeah, the number one issue that I've seen two specific issues that people always have with proxies whenever they are mentioned, specifically for a casual format like Commander. One, power level. They are afraid that a person will proxy up like a CDH deck and say, oh no, this is mid power, and then pub stomp. And they're saying, oh, well, if someone wants to pub stomp, then they have to pay for all of the cards. Literally, somebody had said that they are completely fine with playing what they assume to be a pre-con level game against someone playing a CDH deck, as long as all of the CDH, players' cards are legal, official, like, non-proxy Magic cards. That they are completely fine with someone pub stomping as long as they paid for the cards. No, I asked him. It wasn't just... This isn't just an assumption thing. I'd asked him. It's like, so you okay with somebody pub stomping, bringing a CDH deck to a pre-con game as long as they use all real cards? And the guy said yes. So I'll never understand the neurotypical folks that are okay with stuff like that. It's like, yeah, no, you can... It's like, oh, I hate proxies because people can pub stomp. By the way, if you want to pub stomp, you have to use real cards. Like, how about just say, hey, don't pub stomp. Just say, hey, people, bloody well, don't pub stomp us. Proxies or no proxies. So yeah, the number one issue that I always see is that they don't want people to, come into a game and start pub stomping. Specifically don't want them to come pub stomping with proxies. And the second one is, well, I paid for my card, so you should pay for yours too. It's like, buddy, do you know how much card stock costs to make a decent level proxy? Yeah, I found someone who makes, like... It's not necessarily custom proxies, it's like Prince proxies on demand that are supposed to be decent quality. Where it's like, oh, well, if you want this $10 card, it'll be $5. If you want this $300 card, it'll be $30. So it's like, for you, it's the same effort. Like, you already have all the files and stuff. It's just an issue of printing and shipping. Why do they cost different? It's like, oh, well, people will pay $30 for a proxy for $300 card. Again, we could also get them... We could also get them basically for free if we really wanted those low-quality proxies of... Just take a Sharpie to a basic land. Yes! There's some that I have done because I do have, pieces of cardstock that... Yeah, I have pieces of cardstock that are, like, the exact same, like, size and thickness and everything of an official Magic card. The only issue is, of course, they don't have the official Magic back, so when I proxied a couple of cards in for a deck that I was using, I hadn't realized it at first, but the sleeves are slightly see-through, because, they're cheap sleeves, whatever. Okay, let's go! Which is normally fine, except you can see, the difference between the Magic back and the blank, just the blank white backing. So I had to go and fix that. Yeah, whatever. It's a game. I remember I was on one sim, we all played on, like, Tabletop Simulator. It's like, hey, pay, $10. Pay $20 or $10 when it's on sale, like it is very often on sale. And then just play all of the Magic you want without paying any more. Which I think is, decent way to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Plus, playing on Tabletop Sim, if you want to see what someone's card does, you mouse over it and hit, what is it, Shift, I think? You get a nice big version of the card. You get to see what they're doing.
Yeah.
You get to see, okay, that's what you're playing. And that's about it. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but there's just a vibe about this general in-game area that will probably always feel to me like that this is a high-level area. It's probably all of, like, the lava and stuff. Like, this feels like somewhere where you'd go and it's,
Everyone
like,
needs
you
a
know,
little adventure now and then.
like, late game and, like, big, powerful monsters, and they're, like, level 9. Is this, like, the 3rd dungeon you go to? 3rd or 4th, right? Out of, like, 20? So a lot of people have been very mega vocal about, wah, don't let people do proxies. Wah, if you want to play on my power level, you have to pay the $3,000 for your commander deck, or it's not fair. Wah. It's like, oh, how much did you pay for your deck? Oh, nothing, I got it from Wizards of the Coast for free. Or, oh yeah, I guess in total I paid about $30, because, you know, I bought all the...
Thanks for the
I bought my Guy's Cradle for like 50 cents back when it came out. But this Lionside Diamond I actually got for free because people were just throwing these away. They thought that they were trash, and now that people know they're actually good, it's like $150.
All right.
It's like, okay, you know what? Fine, I'll buy your cards for the same price that you spent on them. Or alternatively, you know, it's like, oh no, I spent $3,000 for my commander deck. It's like, okay, cool. What's your work like? How much do you make? Like, what's your annual salary? Oh, you know, $150,000 a year. My annual salary is something like... what? Under 20K? You know what? My annual salary... Yep. My annual income, not counting, you know, anything that I lose because I still have to pay, you know, rent, bills, whatever, all that other stuff, is under 20K. To buy a $3,000 commander deck would be, you know, like 2 months of what I get on each. But if somebody is making, you know, 150 grand a year, okay, sure, that's a couple weeks of income. Like, whatever. It's like, oh yeah, that's about, you know, 2 weeks of, you know, not buying fun stuff. And then it's like, hey, here's my commander deck that I got. And, you know, $3,000 is a heckin' lot of a commander deck. Like, that is, like, full to the nines. Like, we're talking, like, expensive reserve list cards, whatever. Invention versions of cards, like, it's got the bling bling. Like, I have two inventions of cards. 2 invention version cards. One I got for free because I pulled in the pack, so more or less. Got it for free because I pulled in the pack. And that's like $1,000 card or something like that, actually. MTG Goldfish. Mana Crypt, the invention version. So I'm trying to find price for this. . I mean, you can buy it on eBay for $1,300 USD right now. Tabletop price. So Billy only saying. Okay, wait, what? It's saying like $1,000, and it's also saying this is apparently the cheapest printing. I don't know. Oh my gosh. The keyboard, work for me, please.
Damn it! There!
Mana Crypt. Okay. For this version I have, you can get on TCG Player for about $870. The cheapest I could get would be about $1,000 with $10 shipping. That's absurd! That is absurd! I could sell that one Magic the Gathering card and use it as a down payment for a house!
Nice.
It's just shiny, visually appealing, like, paper. It's cardstock. It's not even cardboard. It's cardstock.
Now you're on it. Yes.
Woohoo! Busted iron. 4 to go.
There.
Sigh. It's like... It's stupid. Okay, well, what's the cheapest version of this card? Like, that's the specialty thing. The cheapest version of this card, according to TCG Player, is the Eternal Masters one, which I do have. That's still almost $200 for this one card. Where if you're trying to play a high power commander, you need... I mean, you don't necessarily need one of these, but you need a Mana Crypt if you're trying to do high power magic. So I happen to have 2 of these Mana Crypts because I pulled them in booster packs.
All right.
And it's like I like the generalized appeal of just opening up booster packs of cards. It's fun. You can do something with them. If there's like a game involved in it, then you can, or you can, if there isn't a game involved in it, like draft or sealed, you can make a game out of it. You can make your own draft, make your own rules for playing these games. Like, I am very much, I'm very adept at making my own games up because I'm an only child.
All right.
Wait, that's all the rest of the iron I need. Okay, that's cool. Platinum, rusted iron, cloths, and skins. It's only 3 AM. Slide, darling, slide. Yes. Armor recipes. Cloths and skins. Ooh, platinum ale. The next thing I have is Elvish Cloak. Right down here. Alright, so lightning horn with cloths. The lightning horn, which I should still have a few of, right? Because I have been collecting. I have one left. With a cloths and skins. Rubber poncho. Electronics and stuff are going weird. Orichalcum scale strings. Okay, what do I have for cheap scales? I think all the crimson scales I need. And then strings up here. Quality 1 cloth, big bird's comb, strange tentacle. So quality 1 cloth, I think I have, but I don't think I have the strange tentacle. Yeah, quality 1 cloth, big bird's comb. I know I got a couple extra of those, but I don't think I have the strange tentacle. Because, yeah, you can only get that from the Medusa. I haven't really gotten a lot of it. I need like 13 of it too. Ouch. It's like a blue circle. No. Already fought the Medusa today, so that's not gonna happen. Electro crystal. I need like 3 electro crystals, but there's no information on how to get it. Yeah, see, here's the thing. A brand new Nintendo Switch might be like $300. I could sell my Mana Crypt, my card, and just get like 3 new Nintendo Switches. Like, heck, even the cheapest version of Mana Crypt is like the cost of like a Switch Lite, like $200, right? That's what a Switch Lite goes for. Maybe like pre-opened or used or whatever. So a piece of cardstock. It's like, I have extra cardstock lying around here. I can write Mana Crypt on it. I can draw a little picture of a Mana Crypt. I can draw the dead mana just as well as anyone else, right? And that, you're saying that little, ink on cardstock is worth as much as the console. Like a new, a latest tech, whatever, latest end gaming console. Where's the 60,000 G? So one of the bosses can drop an electro crystal. Dear gosh. The Ares boss, if we ever face it. Dragon Scale, Crimson Scale, Dragon Golem, Ashes, and Strings. What's the best armor that we can actually make? General's Crystal, no. Love Scale, White Stone. Okay, wait. Dragonic Stone, which we have. Not a lot of, but we have some Dragonic Stone. Ancient Orc Cloth. I remember trying to get a lot of this. I remember trying to get this. I remember wanting this. Oh, it's the purple cloth stuff. We don't seem to have any. We only need like 2 or 3 of it. Can we go and farm some? Never to produce items. Bandit King's Old Base, Floor 1. Right, Debbie.
Okay,
Just
let's
keep
go.
trying to get as many of the items as possible, so we have to run through this room.
Thanks for the lift. All right.
If you leave this whole tunnel section... Yep, that looks like enough for... Or at least enough time for one to spawn in. I think it's... If it's off the mini-map, is that enough time for it to guarantee a spawn? Oh my gosh.
All right, let's go.
Also rubies. Don't we need rubies? Nah, we need emeralds though.
There. Now you've done it.
Well, something dropped at least. Let's go all the way back to the main room.
Yes.
So yeah, it's just insane. I don't make a heck of a lot of money, and especially now that I'm trying to, like, you know, save up and save my money where I can. I don't want to, you know, waste my money buying expensive versions of cardstock. It's like, yes, there is the argument
whatever the
that I
day may
can,
bring.
they'll be able to turn around and sell them in 20 years because Magic the Gathering is only ever going to grow and it's never going to fall. It's too big to fall, and the cards are only going to appreciate in value. And if I spend, you know, $50 on a card now, it'll be worth $500 in 20 years because never ever do cards ever go down in value ever, and there won't ever be a situation where all of, you know, Magic the Gathering is just the Wizard of the Coast ever going to go, well, that's it for the game. Or say where people are going to be fed up with the game and thus no longer want to buy into it, and thus nobody will ever play, and since there's no more real events, people just go, okay, cool, I guess they'll just print out whatever old cards and blah blah blah. Like, really, what I should do is sell all of my Magic cards that I can actually make like a decent, like an okay amount of money on. Just sell all of those. Yeah, anything that sells for $20 or more, just like put it out there and just start selling it. Just get a whole bunch of top loaders and just start selling everything on eBay. Just make a whole thing. Sell all of those cards. And then also invest in an actual proper cardstock printer, because the one that I got, the one that I had gotten doesn't actually print on cardstock. I want an actual cardstock printer. Get the whole setup and just proxy out everything. And if I'm ever trying to play a casual game against someone, they're all like, boo, proxies, wah, 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 pay what I did for it. I just go, cool, I won't play with you. And just be done. I'll probably be about $10,000 richer, honestly.
All right.
I should look through all my value cards. I actually did look through a couple of value cards I found just sitting in a drawer. And weren't they like, yeah. I have like a copy of like Force Field. A card that I'll like never actually use in a deck because it's like a $700 card or whatever. The only real debate I have is I kind of want to keep my Hope of Gyrupa deck just as it is with the cards because that's like my special precious baby and whatever. And who knows, maybe after selling cards I'll buy myself, but what is it, Bazov Baghdad, again over $1,000, and the was it Mishra's Workshop. I keep mixing up with Mishra's Factory, and then just, you know, have like an actual like one real deck where all of the cards are real, and then just do that argument. It's like, okay, I do have one deck that is 0 proxied, but it's also a pub stompy deck. Like, would you prefer I play with that instead? Completely shadow the power level of what we're trying to play, but all the cards are real. They say yes, I get them to sign a thing that says that they had said yes.
Nice.
You know, so I have evidence on it. Is this actually electric proof? Did you actually wear it in the place? Ancient orc cloth. I think I only really need 2 of this, right? Yeah, 1 for a magic boom, 1 for a royal Gautier. So yeah, just leave, come back, do that whole thing again. So yeah, and then just have that be a thing. It's like, okay, well, I could play with the 0 proxy deck, but it's going to be pub stompy. If they say, like, yeah, that's okay, as long as there's no proxies, I'll get them to sign a thing that says that they're okay with it. Because there's no proxies, we'll play. They'll complain, oh, that's pub stompy, wah, wah, wah. And I'll show them, you signed this thing that said that you're okay playing against a pub stompy type deck as long as there were no proxies, and there were no proxies. So, hey, you have to be okay with this. You signed a thing saying that you would be okay with it. That's the important part, because if you just take them at their word, then they'll go, I never agreed to such a thing. You can't prove that I agreed to it, because, you know, people are like that. As soon as you catch them in a lie, they go, well, you can't prove I said that. It's like, here, I have your signature on this sheet of cardstock that says that you agreed to it. That print here, sign here, initial here.
Gotcha.
And yeah, that's just how it is. And if they want to keep on complaining, then oh well, too late. You already signed the paper.
Brace yourself.
Yeah, I said you'd be okay with it. Now, do you want to play an actual mid-power game? Of course, I have a lot of cards that I think maybe the line would be like $10 more. I have a lot of cards that are like less than $10 each. I might keep a few of the like $10 to $20 cards, whatever, just for the sake of, you know, having a couple of decks. Plus, I've made a number of $1 commander decks, which is a trend that I plan on continuing to do. Because the decks aren't particularly good until they're actually shockingly good. They don't go, oh, turn 1, land, solving, arcane, signet, exploration, second land. Anything. Not like I've ever actually done that in a game or nothing.
Nice.
But the decks are a nice, low power level, low powered Magic the Gathering. Like, low powered commander can be a lot of fun, but people don't know what low power is because everyone has been insisting on precons for years. Where you should all have Solrings and all of the signets and, you know, and good land basing. You should play all like Shocklands and Fetchlands. They don't, but people have been saying that they should. Where? Precons should be like, you know, mid to high power. Where? Like playing against someone who's playing a precon deck. Turn 5, they have 15 flippin' mana. In a low power game, turn 5, you should only have 4 or 5 mana. Like, I want to do proper low power games. I made my Omori tribal deck that has like no ramp in it. There's like 1 extra turn card. Like, if I can hit someone with a rogue, then I can pay 7 mana to like make a couple of tokens and also take an extra turn. And that's, I can only actually take the extra turn if I had it hit them. Dealt combat damage to the player with a rogue creature. Because that's a tribal card. Yeah. Low power commander is a thing that should be brought back. But I say, oh hey, I'm playing low power stuff, and someone's like, okay, cool, I'll play my lowest power deck. It's a Niv Mizzet. Yeah, a card that whenever anybody casts an instant sorcery spell, you draw a card, and whenever you draw a card, you can have your commander deal 1 damage to anything. Filled with extra turn spells and wheels. So you go, cool. Also, don't forget all the ramp. Ramp out, get Niv Mizzet on like turn 4. Or turn 4, turn 5, whatever. And remember, because this had happened in our game, turn 6 with Niv Mizzet out, they go, I can't... Like, draw for turn, play land, whatever. I cast an extra turn spell. I draw a card, deal another damage to a thing. You can go to that extra turn. Untap, upkeep, draw, deal a damage to a thing. I cast another extra turn spell, also like some ramp, lands, whatever.
All right. There you are.
And then they go, okay, cool, take my extra turn. Untap, upkeep, draw, deal a damage. Cast Passive Flames, which will allow the person to cast those extra turn spells again from the graveyard with enough mana to cast at least 1, potentially both of the extra turn spells. And he went, okay, also cast a spell, draw a card. He went, I could do that, but that would be rude. Instead, I'm just going to do this wheel and shuffle the extra turn spells back into my deck.
Ready to go?
Also draw an extra card, deal a damage. Oh, hey, I drew 7 new cards off the wheel. Deal 7 damage. So none of us could have any creatures out ever, because he'd just immediately kill them. By the way, this is supposed to be low. This is supposed to be low power. And on every single one of his clumps of turns, because he didn't just take 1 turn at that point ever. He would always take at least 2 turns in a row. Because again, it's all extra turn spells. It's like, oh, it's just an Explore, he says. An Explore that lets him draw 2 cards, put out a land, cast another extra turn spell because he untaps all of his mana, cast more ramp. Oh, it's just an expensive Explore. It's just an expensive Explore, he says. It's a bad card, he says. Well, if it's so bad, then don't use it. That's about it, right? He keeps saying, oh, it's a bad card, it's a bad card, it's a bad card. It's like, if it's so bad, don't do it! Another thing that I really don't like of people in general, and they say, oh, I'm doing this, but it's such a bad idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway. It's like, if you are saying it's a bad idea, don't do it. You could say, oh, I'm not too sure about this, but I think I should do it anyway. And it's like, okay, fine, you're hesitant, but you think it's, you know, for the best for your situation, fine. If you say, oh, this is a bad idea, I'm going to do it anyway, because actually it's the best idea for me to do at the time. I just don't want people, you know, to be offended by what I'm doing and potentially take action against me, because I am showing regret, because I am a human person. Where is my Switch? Hold on. yeah, I grabbed my Switch so I could close out of my Animal Crossing game, but I have to do all of like the intro morning stuff. But yeah, because my mom's coming by to pick up my Switch and also this little thumb drive. And she'll be here like soon, and I have to do all of like the opening things on the Switch. By the way, Nintendo Switch again. Loan it to my brother. He can play. I have a Nintendo Switch, but also like a 400 gigabyte micro SD card that costs like $60, $80, whatever. So still about a third to a quarter of the price of that one piece of cardstock that I happened to pull from a pack. And I have like 60 games on here. Okay, I guess if you add in the price of all of those games that I had bought, which practically all of them I bought on sale. Not all of them, but practically all of them I bought on sale. If you add in the price of all of those as well, it's still, less. Less than the price of that one piece of cardstock. One piece of cardstock. And this has, like, a lot of games. In fact, if I go here... Hey, look, here's a bunch of games in here as well. This game is supposed to be, a physical version of game, whatever. A whole bunch of games. And with these games, I only bought them once. And I just, set up this Switch as a secondary. So I can keep playing on this Switch. Little brother gets my Switch Lite. Because the Switch I have, that I do the recordings on, has to connect to the internet to play. The Switch Lite does not. So just tell him, hey, don't use the internet on it. Just don't do that. Son of a witch, that was a great game. It's like $5. And some people might think of it and go, "Oh, $5 for a game? That sounds pricey." For no particular reason. I think it's like $15 actually. $15 game. That game is a heck of totally worth the $15. Like absolutely worth it. Yeah, just keep it on airplane mode unless they have to do land whatever stuff. Shallow Legends, still haven't played that. Ruby Grim Eclipse, I could play that on here as well. Mario and stuff. So many games that I could just play. The Princess Guide, that's what I'm actually planning on doing a play on. Tied Together. That was fun. I want to do that 4-player at some point. 4-player local of that could be a lot of fun. I play with my little brother. So far I played through it. Trials of Mana, Tied 2. I actually did an episode on that. Yes 8. Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist I kind of want to do. It's kind of awkward because you can't just start with the deck you want, but you can, get points and, like, open in-game boosters and use in-game money to get the cards. It's like, how do I want to do it? Do I just want to play through it enough to get the exact deck I want, or just blast through with one deck over and over? Or do I want to do story missions? Story missions aren't always so exciting, blah, blah, blah. So, figure out how I want to do that. Splatoon 2, Mario Maker, Rune Factory 4 and 5, Let's Go Eevee, but not Let's Go Pikachu, because there wasn't a 2-for-1 sale like with Sword and Shield. Ace Attorney, Octopath Traveler, I got the full version of the game, because it was like $20 or something. So you think like $80 for a video game sounds like a heck of a lot of money for a game. But there are people out here paying $1,000 for a piece of cardstock like everything's fine. Magic Hat was actually shockingly fun and cute. Moonlighter, I hear that's a game that I could like. Same with My Time Porter. There are so many games here that I want to play that I just haven't done yet. Hyrule Warriors I probably won't continue playing because I have Rage of Calamity. So Evergate's been fun. Dragon Quest Builders 2, that game is fun, and I was planning on doing that as one of my every other day videos. So I feel like at some point, I'll just play a lot of Dragon Quest Builders 2, and maybe I'll have that be the replacement. I'm currently using CuteByte, maybe I'll use Dragon Quest Builders, but the first episode is all like, hey, it's September! This is going to be my every other day thing if I actually do this. Little Lily Princess, I did that a little bit. That game was just cute, though doing the voices hurt. Blaz Blue, because I could play as Ruby characters. Anyway, my mom's calling.